So use them anytime. There'll be cards available afterwards. Thank you very much. Jeff and Bree, could you come here?
Is she your neighbor? She's an
What we want to do, we're just going to have 3 really quick remarks. We're going to invite Delane. Delane and Joni, will you stand, please, so you can meet Breanne's parents? And let's give them a hand. Kelly, will you stand? You're the mother of the groom. That's excellent. What we're going to do is we're going to ask Delane just to give a few remarks. I'm going to have Jeff say a few things on behalf of him and of Breanne, and then I'll close. When I'm done, what we'd like to do is have you come up and get a little dessert. Okay? Linger all you want. But please understand that some of us have a tea time tomorrow in Manti at noon. So, just please keep that in mind. As you leave, though, there's some candy over here and some bags, and we'd love to have you take some of that home with you just to remember that you were here. And you fill the bag, and Kelly says, please fill it, and all that kind of thing. So let's turn a little time over to Delane. Yeah, I'll close it off. We'll have some dessert, and then please stay as long as you'd like. So,
what I'd like to say first is these thoughts are from Joni and myself. Anything that comes out good will be from Joni. Anything that's not so good will be mine. But really, we'd like to just thank the Swenderman family, the entire Swenderman family, for their hospitality and their loving and welcome arms of welcoming Breanne into their family. And also, we'd just like to say to Jeff that we just are appreciative of him and are great to have him into our family. And to finish off, just a little fatherly advice. Just enjoy life. In the next couple of days, not if, but when something doesn't go exactly right, just enjoy it. It's a good day. If the dress doesn't fit just perfect, or if the hair doesn't comb just perfect, Jeff doesn't need to worry about that. Just enjoy things in the next couple of days, especially on Saturday, and in the years to come. If something just flares up a little bit, just kind of give each other a good love. Just enjoy life.
Well, I don't have anything planned, but on behalf of Breanne and I, we want to thank everyone for coming and sharing this moment with us. It's a humbling and experience being around everyone that you love and seeing how lovely we are. Thank you very much for coming, and I don't know what else to say, but thank you. I'm very excited, and I know Breanne is too. It's going to be a fun next couple of days. We've waited a long time for this. We got engaged back in December, so we've had a long wait, and I can tell you I can't wait till Sunday. Or Saturday night. I love you all, and I'm sure she would say the same. Thank you.
I didn't know Jeff liked receptions that much. Go ahead and talk.
Bartenders.
Oh yes, of course. I was going to get to that. The white shirts. Did you guys
White
stand?
shirts.
It's amazing what 4 guys can do that've never worked in their lives. Perform the way they did. I was grateful for them. 23 years ago, yeah, if you've heard those stories before where they start when they got born, I'm not going to talk about that. 23 years ago, Kelly and I moved in a house with 2 kids under 3 and 1 on the way within 6 weeks. Heather wasn't 3 yet. Jeff was just barely 1, and Jill was 6 weeks away. I remember moving in that neighborhood, and I'm going to say ward too, because the first time we went to church, all we heard was, "What are you thinking?" You know? Now, Don't take that negatively. They were just looking at us. Kelly was holding one like this with the tummy out here. I had Heather by the hand. And they were like, what? You know, take your time. You got a whole life to get this done. And we reflected on that a little bit. You know, what were we really thinking? And over the last 3 or 4 years, I've come to the realization what we were thinking. And that was to have Jeff be able to go through the temple and serve a mission. And then to have our 2 daughters find amazing young men who would take them to the temple and get married. And then to have Brent consider a mission and be able to go to the temple. I mean, that's basically, I guess, what we were thinking. Even though we didn't know back then, somebody else had a plan for us. And the joy and happiness we feel now is immense. And we're just really, really grateful for it. 2.5 years ago, I had the 2 young men chasing me for permission to marry daughters. I hadn't been through that before, except on my end when I had to chase Grandpa Rip for literally 3.5 weeks. I was going out the door and caught him hiding on the front porch with a Diet Coke water on the lawn, and I was able to sit down and ask him the question, and he allowed me to marry his daughter, for which I'll be eternally grateful. I love Kelly very, very much, and this tonight is her. This is what she wanted to do, and I'm grateful that she allowed us to be part of it. But back to the story. So I had these 2 guys chasing me at the same time. It was really kind of odd, you know. Both my daughters were leaving me. You'd think I would have been devastated. I couldn't wait to talk to him. Travis had basically lived with us, wherever he is, for 6 months. I knew him, and I had lots of things to say, but I decided not to do that at that time. Matt, on the other hand, I had only met once. And I remember when Matt and I sat down, he said, you know, Scott, I had envisioned this a little different. I had envisioned white shirts and maybe a tie across the desk, you know, and that we talk and discuss your daughter. And I said, that's interesting, because I always envisioned sweats, a couch, and a football game. I won. And as we sat there in our sweats on a Saturday morning, I asked him 3 questions, and the same 3 questions I asked Travis. And very simple. In fact, Heather asked me, what are the questions? Let me tell him, you know, so he can get ready. I said, no, that's not how it works. Let's see some spontaneity here. The problem with that is that with Jeff, I haven't had that opportunity because he was the one doing the chasing. And I remember when he was going to ask Dwayne, he picked an appropriate time, a jazz game. I guess he figured if the answer was no, at least he could enjoy the game. So he came to me and said, Dad, when should I do it? And I said, on the way to the game. You get to Lane while he's concentrating on the road and really not thinking hard, and ask him, you know, the question. And so they get to the game, and sure enough, in Jeff, typical fashion, sat through the drive to the Delta Center, through the game, on the way home. Okay, now they met on the freeway. He waited till they got to his car. The motor turned off. Jeff was walking out the door, slammed it, turned around and said, Dwayne, I have something to ask you. And I'm not sure what the response was, but I'm sure it was about time. And you know, I'm sure he knew what was going on. And then they had a great discussion, and Dwayne spent a lot of time talking about Bree and telling from a father's point of view about his daughter. And he was so kind and gentle to Jeff, and I'm grateful for that. But tonight I'm not going to be. What I'm going to do publicly tonight is ask those same 3 questions that I asked my son-in-law, and have Jeff respond to those in front of you. Okay? You don't have to do a thing here. Just listen. Okay? You don't have to respond. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to ask him the 3 questions. Now, I told Travis and Matt when I asked them the questions, I will never follow up with you. I will never ask how we doing on 1, 2, and 3, ever. Okay? If you want to come and talk to me about it, I'd be happy to talk, but I will never follow up. It's different tonight. The 80, 90 of you have my permission to ask him at any time how we doing on Wednesday. Okay? All right, so here we go. Blue shirt. Do you love Breanne?
Yes.
Okay, good question. Travis and Matt actually said the same thing. Okay? And I went on with them, but to you, I'm going to say something different. Okay? I'm going to help you understand exactly what it means to love someone. Okay? And Kelly, don't roll your eyes when I say these things, because I'm not perfect at this. Okay? By no means. Okay? But what it means to love someone is to tell her every day. Okay? So, Mike, I'll have it phoned in or whatever. I promise from this day forward. Every day. But it's even more than that. Okay? That through your actions, whether you're with her or without her, will reflect your love for her. Okay? Will you promise to do that?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Second question. Okay. Will you provide for her?
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. Matt, Travis, way to go. You did the same thing. You answered that question correctly. He absolutely will provide for her. But to provide for her means a lot more than just finances and a house and a car and temporal things. Okay. We're mandated by Scripture to provide for our families. Okay. But women are different, Jeff. You know this. They're more sensitive, and they're absolutely more spiritual than we are. Okay? So you need to provide for her not only temporally, but emotionally, Kelly, and spiritually. Okay? So will you do that for me, for Brianne?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay. Number 3. This is the kicker. Okay? If I was to describe the glue that binds all this together, it's this one. Okay? And it's a tough one. All right? And this is it. Will you pray with her every day?
Yes, I will try my best.
Okay, I'll ask it one more time. Will you pray with her every day?
Yes.
Okay, the rest of us here maybe tried to do that. Okay? I doubt there's anyone that's perfect here. There might be, and if there is, bless you. Okay? But you have an opportunity in your relationship to be perfect in that. And it can start Saturday night. I know there's lots going on and lots of other things you're thinking about. Well, what a great way to start your relationship. Okay? Because I promise you, without fail, there will be no way that you can kneel and pray with her and listen to her prayer for you and for her family, for your combined family, for your children, and get up from that prayer and have anything that she might have done during that day love you. Okay? It's a perfect solution. Okay? So, with that all in mind, will you promise to pray with her every night,
Yes.
starting Saturday?
Will do.
Let's rock it. Enough of that. You've all heard it. You're all witnesses. I don't want you to bug him with it. Okay? But feel free to follow up anytime. And Brianne, you've heard them, and you're welcome to talk to me about them anytime. Okay? You promise? Okay. From our point of view, Kelly and I, we couldn't be happier. I know how much Jeff loves you because he has a special ringtone for you on his phone. Okay? Does it say you are beautiful or I am beautiful? Well, if it says I am beautiful, you got a problem. Okay, whatever. When it rings, whenever it goes off, he gets a smile on his face. Okay? His mom has a special ringtone. Does she? The Office. Yeah, that's right. Okay? And his face lights up too, but in a very, very, very different way. Okay? There's love in both of those. But when hers rings, everything drops. The football game gets muted, and he talks. Okay? And I love him for that. And I know their relationship will be good because of that ringtone and the way he responds to it. I hope their relationship isn't based on phone calls, and they don't need a ringtone to respond to each other in a positive way. But I know absolutely that he loves her, and that's all I can hope for. And I love them both very, very much. I am excited to be part of your lives, to watch it happen, and be there to support in any way, form, or fashion I can. And I promise I will be there. Okay? All right, enough. I've done We absolutely thank all of you for being here. It's a holiday weekend. We're outside in 100-degree heat, and you're here to support them. We love that very, very much. So please, again, linger all you want, get some dessert. If you have to go, we absolutely understand. But thank you for being here. Okay? All right.
Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yeah.
And dessert's here. There's no order. Just run and grab it. Let's go. If you have a plate, ask a white shirt guy to pick it up. Like me.
Take a white shirt.